Witam was ludzie z tej strony Surfi, a ja was zapraszam do kolejnego odcinka z gry Thaumaturge. I tu gdzie jesteśmy, czyli na Gadzim, jubileuszu, idziemy na piętro i zobaczymy, co się kryje na piętrze. Poprzedni odcinek był krótszy, więc tutaj się postaram trochę dłużej zrobić. Aha, no dobrą stronę wybrałem chociaż. No, konieczny.
Mr. Szulski?
I didn't expect to see you here, of all places.
You don't know how very flattering that is. And what brings you to the Imperial?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm passing the time.
Ah, curious hobby.
I'm simply interested in people.
Do you know these circles well?
They're not hard to figure out. A gang of none-too-bright layabouts, chasing amusement after amusement after amusement.
Do you feel part of that gang?
I'm not one of them. And neither are you. Nor was your father.
If I may, there's one question niggling at me. How did you get so many scars?
Why do you ask?
I've heard that Russian officers in training have drunken duels with sabers after hours.
No. A very peculiar custom, if that's true.
So where did those scars come from?
I've led an interesting life.
Who are you, really?
Just someone who wants to enjoy himself at a party.
The cream of Warsaw society is here, so I thought it would be worth showing my face.
With a name like yours, I'm sure you fit right in. After all, someone must have invited you.
I'm not worthy. My sister brought me along out of pity, I think.
And so, Miss Ligia is here too.
Why do you ask?
No reason. What are you hoping for this evening?
Who knows? Maybe I'm keeping an eye out for the future Mrs. Szulska.
Best of luck. You'll need it, since Ligia ended up with the entire inheritance.
How do you know all these things?
People talk, I listen. That's all.
Who did you say you were to my father?
A trusted acquaintance. I supported him with good advice. Though truth be told, he rarely needed it. Your father had a gift for making good decisions.
Which of my father's decisions would those be?
Ones that were good for your family. Perhaps we'll have the chance to return to this another time. Goodbye, Mr. Szulski.
Yes, I'm sure.
Czuję, że ten jakoś będzie związany z tym grimoirem czarnym i to dosyć mocno.
Thaumaturge never fails me. There is something here.
Maybe that's enough. What do you want?
O!
The trick with entering someone's head. I know one person who can do that.
You're not much of a thaumaturge if you can't. Have you come here to torment me? Unmask me?
I don't see any fun in unmasking you.
So what do you want?
I think your idea of pretending to be a medium is fantastic.
It sounds like I impress you.
How many people know?
Is that a threat?
Your siren is quite impressive.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Madame, you're being impolite. What about a little competition? We'll see who wins.
I'll pass.
Z autora ma wygląda co najmniej imponująco, to Siren pasuje do jej tajemniczej osoby, wnioskuj. Madame Samira, że za tajemnicą maską Madame skrywa się Thaumaturga, przy której boku stoi Siren, również co ona intrygującym medium stwarza Selin możliwość poruszania z puściem złotnicy, która ci również upłyną przez Samirę Saturota.
I noticed a wild saluter here. I understand your being here has something to do with him in particular.
Keep your nose out of this.
Why?
Because I'm warning you.
What do you know about this saluter? Do you know its name?
Don't you?
A name doesn't tell us much anyway. All that matters is picking out the person in this crowd with the flaw.
I know perfectly well who carries the flaw. Another reason for you to stay out of it.
The person with the flaw attended the seance, right? So I'm on the right track.
Have you finished?
That's not such a ladylike tone, madame. Maybe we should just let the best one catch that saluter.
You mean yourself?
So should we finish up?
That would be best. And listen to me carefully, Mr. Whatever your name is.
Szulski, but you can call me Victor.
Now, Mr. Szulski, you will vanish like a bad dream, and I will get back to work.
Sama chciałaś gadać, nie ja z tobą. O. Religia. Dobra. Szybko z Ligiem pogadam.
Here you are.
Gentlemen, meet my brother.
Wiktor Szulski.
The last Szulski to wear trousers. You don't know that. Miss Ligia could yet produce an heir to the fortune.
Maybe even with me, if she doesn't tell my wife.
But let's talk like men. You intend to take over your father's company, correct?
First, I suggest you mind your own business. Your marriage, for instance. Perhaps Louisa isn't the ninny you take her for.
I beg your pardon?
Hasn't it occurred to you that when you leave her at home, she might also take advantage of her solitude?
What are you suggesting?
You've got a cuckold's horns. Was I being too subtle?
I suppose it's true what they say about you.
Yes? What's that?
You've lost your mind.
Thank you. I've worked long and hard at that.
Good luck with your business, miss.
I almost feel sorry for them.
Have I crossed the line?
Nonsense. Any progress with Svetlana?
I've taken a long, deep look at Samira. She's no medium. Samira is a thaumaturge on the hunt.
On the hunt?
Madame has spotted a salutar that's attached to one of the guests.
What kind of salutor?
Remember those fairy tales Mother used to read us? And the legend of the golden snake?
Yes, Veles.
Yes! I'm glad you're here.
Are you also hunting for him?
I admit I like to have him. I haven't made up my mind.
Be careful.
I am. That's why I haven't made up my mind. Sofia Skawan, the Governor General's daughter. Do you know her?
No, and I don't suggest you make her acquaintance either. Skawon can't stand thaumaturges.
Guess who I ran into again? All mysterious and carved up.
Ivan Konieczkin?
What do you know about him?
Not much. He was an acquaintance of Papa's. Well, in theory, it's thanks to him that we're here.
What? Ligia?
I know that nothing comes for free, but he really didn't want anything.
Yeah, he looks like a real altruist. You enjoying yourself in this viper's den?
The vodka is quite tolerable. I'm observing my own brother taking out his anger on ordinary mortals.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going.
Dobra. Z madame raczej nic nie pogadam.
Shuski, don't play with me.
I saw one of your posters. You look different in it.
Really, the illustration doesn't reflect reality.
How should I take that? No one warned me that I should get in costume for the party.
I beg your pardon.
I'm just noting that you stand out among these boring guests.
Impudent.
Just a bit uncouth, I'd say. Do you know the hostess well?
Will you leave me alone if I say I don't?
No.
Svetlana Petrovna invited me, and I am doing my best to meet her expectations. Let's keep out of one another's way.
Whose soul are you summoning tonight, dear madame?
I only know which one I'd prefer to banish. Shoo!
Maybe my dead father's. If you manage that, it would spare me a lot of trouble.
Now we'll never know.
I'll disappear. For now.
Sometimes it's good to let things go and leave other people in peace, for your own benefit.
I think I'll take up this gauntlet.
Dobra, dramaturgii to tu się nie spodziewałem. Napij się, konieczku. Skrytnie półsłówka, znaczenie półśmieszku, rzucany zawach tupę, powrócone spojrzenie, pozor. To znaczy, to jestem z siedlisku węży, trzeba uważać, gdzie się stawia nogę. Dobra. Ciach. Punkt dramaturga. Nic w toalecie nie ma. Tu jest wyjście, tam mamy siostrę. No dobra, to tylko Svetlana mi zostaje tak naprawdę pogadać z nią.
The general says to him, "Tell us something funny." Then Bałucki replies, "General, why don't you shoot a cannon first?"
That's a good one. I'll have to tell it tomorrow at the Orloffs. Who might this be joining our conversation?
You know, sir, your face looks familiar to me.
My name is Wiktor Szulski.
Ah, yes, I can see something in your eyes. I was sorry to hear about your father.
I'll see you next time, darling. Wonderful party. See you there.
No, szybko jest
I
powiem.
think I've offended the creme de la creme of Warsaw.
This is hardly the crème de la crème. How do you find my soirée?
I admit I'm getting reacquainted with the social scene.
You spent a long time traveling, didn't you?
15 years. Over that time, I got used to harsher surroundings.
And believe me, drawing rooms can be just as dangerous as untamed steppes. You've met Anastasia and Marina. What about the others?
How is it being part of the Tsar's court?
It is a blessing and a curse. Forgive me if I do not elaborate.
I've already met several distinguished guests. Madame Samira definitely stands out.
She is exceptional, isn't she? Her presence is the crowning glory of the evening. Has anyone else caught your eye?
Ivan Konieczkin, for instance. Apparently, he knew my father.
How remarkable. I wasn't aware. Konieczkin is something of a secretive person. And have you yet had occasion to meet the debutants of the season?
I'll be sure to seek them out.
This evening, Sofia Skowen herself is to grace us with her presence.
Well, well.
I suggest you move quickly. The competition is fierce.
The crux of the matter is that I'm here because of my father. You knew him.
That doesn't sound like a question. Of course, I was his customer. I truly am sorry for you, both of you. The death of someone close is always a dreadful blow. Please accept my condolences.
Swiatłana Piotrowna, I must insist. Can you tell me something more about my father?
Mr. Szulski, I assure you we have the most delectable vodka. Besides that, I warmly encourage you to join Madame Samira's séance. It will be an unforgettable experience. I wonder, is that truly everything our soirée can offer you?
I've got no choice but to suffer through tonight.
No need to mince words.
Okej.
I felt something. Where is
Pies
it?
kaflowy, no sadzam. Sznur perfum można było kupić za nie małe miasteczko. Coś tu jeszcze jest, ale nie... A, tu, dobra. Kufer podróżny. Ślad pewny. Szalony, choć wygląda jak nowy, zupełnie ciężki. Stopiona świeca, wosk rozlał się wokół i zastygł. Dobra, jeden poduszki, jeden jest miękny i chłodny w dotyku. Wnioski? Wszystkie lęki Swiatłany. Nic dziwnego, że ona nie była chętna do rozmowy, skoro towarzyszy jej obawa przed kimś, kto ją bacznie obserwował, kto wiele o niej wie, być może nawet odklącym się w niej pragnieniu ucieczki. Poza tym miała razem z ojcem, może się przede mną otworzy, wtedy miał oto, po to duszymy o czarny grimoire. Tu już wszystko przesałem, no to lecimy do niej, bo ona uciekła z imprezy, tej głównej, na balkon.
I was looking for you.
Do you smoke, Mr. Szulski?
I've quit.
In light of our approaching conversation, why don't we dispense with the pleasantries? Call me Swiatłana.
Victor.
Ask.
The burned note. Who sent it? I only sensed underhanded kindness.
Da, the ochrana. I don't know which one of them exactly, if that's what you're asking. I've worked hard at it.
The ochrana?
It stands for Отделение по охранению общественной безопасности и порядка. In other words, the secret police.
I know what they are. I'd like to know what they want.
Knowledge. The Tsar's eyes and ears must be on guard. They infiltrate not only the city, but most importantly, the court. And me and my soirées too, I'm sure.
When did you receive this note?
A few weeks ago, back before your father.
I see. That large travel chest. You changed your mind.
about whether or not to pack. Right then, I wanted to escape badly, but that would have had its own consequences. In this game of false appearances, I'm the best.
You two had an affair.
Two grown-up, lonely people found momentary comfort in each other's arms. But romance wasn't behind that relationship. It was just that we were both looking in the same direction.
I didn't have the chance to get to know him as a person, much less one who'd show such emotion.
You mean love? That?
Was it love?
I miss him, that's all.
What do you mean by looking in the same direction? I still don't know how this lovely note ended up in your hands. But in addition, I found a lovely strings of pearls, and on it, your feelings of guilt.
Your power is terrifying. Do you know that?
Tsarina Alexandra gave you those pearls. You two are close.
I am her confidant. I could call her my friend. I see how much she devotes to her family and the nation.
Yet something has changed. Your feelings of guilt, do they have something to do with Tsarina Alexandra?
With the whole empire. Ruski mir im podawaj. We, the establishment, perceive the need for change. We want reform. The Colossus is already teetering, but if it falls... La guillotine, mon chéri. But I want to live, Victor. Ideally, closer to the west.
Where was my father in all this?
Willingly or otherwise, he was part of the establishment that wanted change and could see revolution before it arrived.
The Ochrana knew about you, hence the note.
They must have noticed something. Isn't it time you told me why you really came to my soirée?
Do you think the Ochrana killed my father?
Your father was crushed by a building. I don't think that's how the Ochrana works.
Perhaps you're right. What do you intend to do now?
Nothing. The soirées will continue. Society has come to expect it. Everything will stay the same. I myself shall manage.
I hoped you might know something about the Black Grimoire. My father left it to me in his will, but the grimoire has gone missing.
No. And the collapsed building? Have you been there?
There's nothing there.
My dear boy, I know nothing about Stanisław's book. I'm sorry, but I can't help you there. But I will not let you leave empty-handed. I strongly believe that there's one place you ought to visit. What you find there belongs to you.
Thank you.
No, thank you for listening.
No wpis, ochrana. Listy ojca ze świetą były romantyczne i pewnym uczuć. Nie spodziewałem się tego po nim. Gdyby wpadły w niepełny, mogłem wyrządzić kochankom dużo krzywdy. Dobra. Jest i piasek.
Weles.
Weles.
Don't run away.
Splendid ladies, distinguished gentlemen, the hour is at hand. With lights dimmed and the curtains drawn, the souls of the dead slowly gather among us. On their command, I will give the chosen among you a tarot card as your invitation to the table.
For you, sir?
What?
I'm done wasting time on this.
Let us gather in secret ritual. Let's not keep the souls waiting too long. Let us also make every effort together not to spoil their visit.
Poleciła zasłonić okno i przegadzić do seans, bierzemy konkretną odpowiedź na ciemność, dopóki wszystko nie dobiegnie końca. Moment. Kształtowe lustro, serczko, powiedz przecie. Dobra, Zofia. Popielniczka, cztki wypalonych papierosów. Krewniane pod łokietnik wygląda na spowniewierane. Tutaj nie ma nic. Albo Ligia, albo Madame. Dobra, spróbuję z Ligią na szybko.
Did I see that you've met this Madame person?
Unfortunately, Svetlana doesn't want to breathe a word of it.
I'm sure she doesn't trust you. In company like this, that speaks well of her.
Why the cold shoulder, Ligia?
I've never liked her. Her manner gets under my skin. I've heard she's a dreadful schemer.
I'd better change the subject.
A,
Did you know that Papa had an affair with the host of this party?
Are you sure?
Absolutely. As sure as the Thaumaturge can be. I felt what he felt when, well, you know.
Oh, stop! That's disgusting. Quickly, change the subject.
dobra, idę. To Madame trzeba iść. Bo nic innego tu chyba nie znajdę. Wiktor, tutaj. Dobra, zaraz pogadamy z Sofią. Co tam?
Mr. Szulski, may I have a word?
How can I help?
My friends and I are just playing Truth Order, and now it's my turn. Won't you dazzle me with your powers?
Your father would not be thrilled about you playing games with the Thaumaturge.
Maybe that's precisely the point. To keep violating his wishes?
First, please tell me the rules of this game.
Of course, I'm being silly. After all, you've been away a long time. It's simple. Each player in turn must admit a truth or accept a dare. Anyone who doesn't must drop out of the game and thereby loses. And I don't like to lose.
I would guess that to you, a dare would be the lesser of two evils.
How very perceptive. It involves finding out my comrades' secrets, Irina, Maxim, or Sergei. The trick is that you're cleverer at it than I am.
Your companions don't have anything against a little ruse like this?
It's not deception, it's resourcefulness. In theory, there's no rule against asking for help. Please don't make me beg, Mr. Szulski.
Let me see what I can find. Will any secret do?
Any. I'll wait anxiously for your return.
Serio?
I'll take a look around.
Okej, jakiś wniosek, nie wiem na kogo, ale dobra. Sekrety samotnika. Jest samotnik, który z nas nie był. Swoje uczucia stara się upić w alkoholu, uzyskać jeden efekt, wręcz odwrotny do zmierzonego. Uwaga, ściąga przyjaciółka skalony Irina. Ozdobny wazon. Sekrety zalotnika. Siergiej nie może przestać myśleć o Sofii Skalon. Zależy mu na niej tak bardzo, że gotów jest zrobić dla niej wszystko. Nie rozumie, dlaczego Sofia nie odzajmie jego uczuć, a co rodzi w nim prestacje. We mnie natomiast widzi się konkurencja zalotnika. Dobra. Sekrety przyciółki nie pozwali nie podjąć żadnej decyzji, czuje się rozdarta, chciałaby sobie pofolgować, spędzić czas maksimum, ale nie jest w stanie zrobić kroku, tkwi, więc w zawieszeniu przebywa wszystkie scenariusze we własnej głowie. Coś czuję, że Sofia tu będzie miała tą skazę.
They are getting impatient. What have you found out?
Konsekwencji decyzji... Kurde, konsekwencji decyzji ta droga jest zamknięta.
Miss Irina would like to get to know Maxim better, but she keeps hesitating.
What? She never told me. Some friend she is. And what does our dear Maxim think of that?
Maxim only has one thing on his mind. Miss Irina.
Oh, I knew it!
Oh, I was wondering where you'd gone off to.
You know Sergei, don't you?
We're already acquainted.
Mr. Shulsky and I have completed my extra difficult dirt together.
At your service.
Now time for truth. Are you seeing anyone?
Wymowne pytanie. Zofia zdaje się ze mną pogrywać, zuchwale pytając mnie o moją prywatność, w rzeczony sposób patrzymy moją siłę, zastanawiam się tylko, czy bawi się Wiktorem, czy traumaturem. Wciągnij wniosek. Sofia z intrygu córki Skalowa uczyniła z niej ulubienicę socjety. Jej knowania dostarczyły rozrywki i tworzą materiał do wstępnej chęci. Obecnie to ja jestem przy tej gier, kokietuje mnie, robiąc tym na złość ojcu, który nienawidzi, czy to tylko gra pozorów przekrywająca trwającą samotność.
My heart is already taken.
I was counting on a different response.
Mr. Shulsky, our time is up. Sophia and I must leave for the seance. Madame is waiting.
Thank you once more.
See you. Therefore, Veles chased Sofia Skawan and her floor here. She seemed like such an innocent girl, didn't she? Unless you count sending her admirer on a deadly trip to Africa. It's no coincidence she focused on me. After all, old Skawan hates Thaumaturges. The little scamp. If I want to discern that little schemer's flaw, I'll have to join that sepulchral table. Either her scheming or her jealous knight in shining armor will help me identify her flaw. I hope her father doesn't find out.
Skaza Sofii. Po zagraniu w prawdę czy wyzwanie coś mi zamigało wokół Sofii. Skaza to nie jest tego, dobra. U której leży intrygowania, to by pasowało. Sofii w końcu żywi zmiany do sytizmu i gier. Wniosek. Saturę w hotelu podjął też wesel, nęcony jest skazą intrygantki Sofii, aby go będę musiał zagrać według panujących tu rzekł, wystawić się na poruszające doświadczenie, czując, że skandal jest nieunikniony. Mamy to. Zagadaj, usiądź, użyj. Dobra.
Shulsky, don't play with me.
Dobra, to nic ciekawego. No dobra. Ciach.
Is this seat free?
The energy is dissipating. Ladies and gentlemen, I am losing contact with these souls.
Well, it was the souls that chose me after all.
It's true. The gentleman has a card.
Niezadowolenie widać.
Let us lay our hands on the table. Let us allow our minds to liberate themselves from our bodies toward the edges of the world as you know it.
Are you thinking of someone exceptional whom you wish to summon?
Leave her alone.
Sergei, this has nothing to do with you.
Dear guests, I implore you, the souls!
Wodnasz oddanie Ziry to jest Sergieja.
Is
Dobra.
that jealousy I hear?
Stand here, right now!
I accept the challenge right now.
Focus on someone you want to make contact with.
Każ przywołać duszę Teofila Skalskiego pod uciskiem... Dobra, bez bitki.
There is one soul I'd like to summon.
Whom do you mean?
Teofil Skalski. Does that name mean anything to you? The poor man drowned on the way to Africa, didn't he?
No, it wasn't like that. I didn't know he would be killed.
Are you planning a similar fate for Sergei? Anything to stir up a scandal, huh?
Yes, that's why. Because only then you will all see me. The only time anyone shows an interest in me is when something happens around me. Is it such a sin to want to be loved?
The powers you and your kind have are terrifying.
That's why people hate you! That's why my father is cracking down on you!
All that matters is I have what I wanted.
Don't you dare!
Madam nie zdąży.
You were supposed to stay away. I was supposed to leave here with Veles. All that work for nothing.
Tell me, what don't I understand?
Do you know who she is? Who her father is? You're right. Sophia Skawan was meant to have her flaw removed, discreetly. But I suppose it's too late for that, isn't it?
Someone hired you to remove the flaw from Sophia. Who?
Take a guess. Anyway, it doesn't matter now.
All right, take Veles. He's yours.
Keep him. It's not him I was after, fool. What's done can't be undone. Sophia Skawan is now the center of the scandal.
I have this under control. I know how to give Sophia's story a happy ending.
I hope we don't all come to regret it.
To nie miało być na celu, bo to było tak powiedziane prosto. Jak on wygląda? A, to ten. No dobra, stań do walki. Ten jest prosty. Tu potrzebuję mojego upyrka. Dobra. Dobra, tak będzie, bo mnie tamten zaatakuje w pierwszej kolejności. A, okej. Dobra, planowany atak. O, to 13 bił. Dobrze, chociaż wyłączyłem sobie... Dobra. Dobra, tak zrobimy. Ten to skorzystam później. Za 12 się podleczę. Jak się nie uda go zabić w sposób normalny, o, to Open mi podleczy. Akcja, reakcja. Koła pokusa. Dobra, wolę tego ją mi z głowy. Nic nie. Dobra, na tym cierpienie. Serio? Katusze tu. Tutaj to. Za chwilę będę musiał sobie ściągnąć te wszystkie elementy. Dobra, weź mnie tam. To za długo. Kto mi będzie bił? Ten. Dobra. Liczę na farta. Dobra. No. Udało się.
Just wait until Rasputin sees you. Then you'll stop fighting me.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this evening the souls were particularly restless. Miss Sophia, is everything all right? And you, sir, what can you tell us?
Udaruj spokój duszy, przyznaj, że to przez ciebie.
I have to explain myself. It was me who provoked the whole situation. Sofia didn't have anything to do with it.
But what was all this for?
What's going on here? The guests are complaining, and with good cause, I see. We're terminating this disaster.
One moment. First, Mr. Szulski will explain himself.
For my own, freely chosen reasons. I was looking for something here, and I found it. I regret that it was at someone else's expense.
Enough wistful chatter. Will the gentleman with a book be leaving peacefully, or should we show him out?
Bić się chce, czy nie? Kusi mnie, kusi.
You're going to have to escort me out of here.
I hoped you'd say that, bookseller.
O, w 4. Dobra, który jest najgroźniejszy? Ten. Dobra. Tutaj potrzebuję upyra. Dobra. Dobra, i tak dostanę pierdol od każdego, więc witam bez różnicy. Za 9 mnie rypnął. Jaka ta walka polega na takim mocnym zarządzaniu pod życie, kurde. I znowu ledwo co żyje. Dobra, biorę to. I na 700 przeżyje, tak? I do widzenia. I darmowe punkciki.
Victor, don't scare me like that.
Mr. Szulski, are you alright?
I think it's time for us to go.
I'll snug us a carriage.
You'll have a hard time at this hour. I'll drop you off.
See, you can always count on Mr. Konieczkin.
Victor. Thank you. That's very polite. Thank you for an interesting evening.
I'm sorry it all turned out like this.
Not tonight, please.
Ligia. Good night. Oh my, that sure is noisy.
Ukończone, oswojenie otrzymano zadanie, 4 punkty. Dopóki tego nie oswoję dziada, to... Jaki kurde to bijące jest!
Hello?
Hello? Hello. Victor?
Speaking.
Victor, Uncle Sasha here. How are you? Have you visited your old stomping ground yet?
I've rediscovered some things like a comfortable bed. The city has changed a lot, as have we all. The most important thing to me right now is retrieving my father's grimoire.
Your grimoire. I wish you luck, boy.
Is there any specific reason why you're calling me?
I need your help, boy. It's a very delicate matter. Are you able to find a moment for your uncle?
Maybe now would be a good time to explain it, since you're calling.
It's not something to discuss over the phone. They keep switching those lines. You never know who's listening.
All right, so where should we meet?
Remember where I took you kids for donuts?
I do.
Let's meet there. Maybe we can reminisce about the old days. Better days. See you then, Victor. Thank you.
Okej. Ja to już troszkę zgłupiałem na ten moment. Dobra, mamy... O, mapkę włączam przez przypadek. Jak ja mam misję? Oswojenie ciemności i to będzie tyle główne. Tutaj nie pójdę bez tego. Odszukaj inspiracje krawieckie. To chyba będę musiał pobiegać po prostu po mapce i poprzeglądać, gdzie co jest. Leży. Ale chyba najpierw bym skiknął może... Albo i nie będę skikał. Pocztówka z Łodzi.
So that's how you want to play.
Serio? Wymiar słowa. Pytanie, gdzie mam szukać tych inspiracji krawieckich. Też mi się zbytnio tak nie uśmiecha biegać po całej mapie i szukać. Coś tam o śledztwie jakimś doczytałem. Tak nabiega. I coś czuję, że o to będzie wzywał. Tramwaj. Może chyba pójdziemy do Rasputina od razu z tym wężykiem, naszym nowym salutorem, żeby już mieć rozwinięte to. Podręcznik do geometrii. Cieśla.
How's business?
Not bad, thank God. And the advertising fuels sales even more. For you, sir, about 1.80 m, as far as I can tell. Oakwood? It's robust, elegant, and durable. 35 kopiekas.
And how's the other digging business?
What do you mean?
Valush and his friends want to tell you they can't dig up corpses for you anymore. They're the reason I'm here. I applaud your idea, but I'm not sure about the people you chose to implement it.
You know what? We'll get you the oak box for free. And we'll send you on a trip to the orchard too.
Okej, tego się nie spodziewałem. No nie mogę. A, to jest ten. No dobra. Za 2, za 14. Dobra, piźnię temu. Dobra. bardzo nie biją. Ma pomysł. Jak to pyknie, pyknie. Dobra, temu trwogę zmieniamy sobie. Katusze, dawać mi tego, ten zoomrze. Dobra. Bakrot. Znów z tym pistoletem jakaś dziwnacja. Dobra, niestety uderzą 2 razy, 3. Bo i tak zaraz... Tam się przewracają kilku. Szybki atak. A, to jest ten dziot. Dobra, 50% szans. Uhuhu. Dobra, nie to chciałem zrobić, ale nie będę narzekać. Szukam tych inspiracji bardziej. Tylko gdzie je szukać? Do Rasputina nie idę, bo pewnie jak pójdę do Rasputina, to mi się zaraz jakiś quest, znaczy... Możliwe, że inny rozdział się odpali. Nie. Szukać dalej. Powiem szczerze, bez wymiaru tego drugiego to ja chyba nie za wiele tu nie zdziałam. Dobra, jeszcze koło kościółka. Chyba do Rasputina sobie kniemy. Mam nadzieję, że mi to nie odpali żadnego rozdziału nowego. Albo w sumie, może tak. To my sobie w tym miejscu zakończymy ten odcinek. Ja postaram się coś pobiegać i znaleźć. Jak znajdę, to gdzieś wam tam pokażę, co i gdzie jest. Więc... Cześć, czołem, nara i hej!